Alright, good evening everyone. Kumustang lahat? Ayan, so we have pre-live discussion for BTL Ed ICT New Curriculum Session 1. So maglalaan tayo ng oras to discuss, no? So teachers, sino-sino po yung mga nandito na sa live? And then mamaya may discussion tayo for BTL Ed Industrial Art. Okay, shout out sa inyong lahat, lalo na sa mga nanonood ngayon. Kumusta? Kumusta po kayo? Ayan, shout out kay Ma'am Lady Dagundon Sangko. Paki-share po ng ating live discussion. Pakitapik-tapik ng mga future TLE warriors dyan na papasa this incoming December 2026. Ready na ba sa pagre-review? Ready na bang mag-tap? Okay, so pa-share na po ng ating live discussion. Alright, so kumusta po ang lahat? Madlang people, kumusta ang lahat? Ayan. Pa-share na po ng ating live discussion for today's video, guys. Okay, so tingnan ko dito sa isang monitor kung okay na ba. Ayan. Pa-share na po ng ating discussion. So, di pa po nag-start, guys. Ngayon pa lang po. Ayan, we have 20 question na nilaan sa inyo para makapag-release tayo for the pre-session for BTL Ed ICT New Curriculum. So, reminders lang mga ka-warriors, ang po dito, ang pag-avail po sa Maestra Bicolana TLE Tambayan Let Online Review, tandaan nyo po, nakapix na po ang 500 pesos. Wala po kayong lugi dyan. Alam nyo kung bakit ang review po hanggang sa mag-take kayo ng board examination, including na po dyan ang final coaching. 'Di ba? So, fix po yan. Maaral lahat from BTL Ed ICT down to Industrial Arts, pati TVT Ed, and cover na rin po natin yung professional and general education. Okay po? So, na po yan, cover na lahat, no? So, pa-share po ang ating live discussion for today's video, guys, para makapag-start na po tayo. Okay, good evening kay Ma'am Iris. Kumusta, Ma'am Iris? Ayan, so, bigyan natin ng let lecture ang ating mga majorship, no? Kasi isa sa pinakamahirap na pasahan sa board examination ay ang majorship natin. So, ngayon, focus tayo with the ICT, followed by AFA. So, tomorrow, ang pre-live discussion natin is AFA, no? So, pa-share po and pakisubscribe naman po sa aking YouTube channel. Kung gusto nyo pong ma-rewatch ang ating pre-live discussion, pumunta po kayo sa aking YouTube channel, Maestra Bicolana TLE Let Online Review. So, pa-subscribe na lang po ng ating channel at pa-share naman po ng video discussion. Alright, so we have 14 participants. Kumusta po? Okay, so let's start with this question. While the ENIAC is widely recognized as the first general purpose of electronic, o ano ang meaning? Electronic digital computers. So, it had a major limitation that distinguished it from the architecture proposed by John von Neumann. What was the critical limitation? A. It is used vacuum tube instead of transistor. B. It could not store both data and instruction in its memory. C. It had no input or output devices. D. It was not capable of performing arithmetic operation. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Excuse me. So, basahin po ng maayos yung ating question. And then, ilagay po sa mismong comment section yung pinakatamang sagot. Maliwanag po, teachers? Ay, ba't dilaw? Okay. So, elimination method ang ating technique na gagawin, no, teachers? Alright. So, si letter D, automatic ligwak po yan. Kasi si letter D, sabi ni letter D, it was not capable of performing arithmetic operation. So, mali po si letter D because it was built specifically to perform complex calculation. 'Di ba? Yung mga artery and firing table. So, ano po ang ano yan, ang electronic digital computer. Okay po? So, it was not capable of performing arithmetic operation. Is it wrong? Kasi nga po, it was built specifically to perform a complex calculation. Kaya nga may binary numbers. Kaya nga may hexadecimal, di ba? Kasi ginagamit natin for programming, di ba? So, letter A, is it wrong? Sabi nito ni letter A, it used vacuum tube instead of transistor. 'Di ba, teacher, may 4 generation tayo hanggang sa 5th nga using AI, 'di ba? So ano yung first generation? Vacuum tubes, 'di ba? So it is used vacuum tubes instead of transistor. Is that wrong? Because using po ang paggamit po ng mga vacuum tubes, was in technology. So ibig sabihin, it is not a limitation compared to the von Neumann concept. Kaya mali po si letter A. So we have two choices, either si B or si letter C. Ang sagot po dito, teachers, is letter B. And letter C is wrong. Bakit mali si letter C? Okay. Si ENIAC po, teachers, tandaan nyo po, it is used for what? Ginagamit po ito sa punch card. Saan nga po ginagamit? Sa mga punch card. Okay, and printer for VO. Kaya po mali si letter C. So now, bakit tama si letter B? Sabi ni letter B, it could not store both data and instruction in its memory. So ang tinatanong lang naman, 'di ba, yung pre-propose ni John Bon, what was the critical limitation? So ang critical limitation po under ENIAC or Electronic Digital Computers, ENIAC po was a program by rewriting its circuit. Okay? Ano nga po si ENIAC? It is the program by rewriting its circuit. So, ibig sabihin, it could not store a program internally. Okay po. So, si von Neumann po, it is the architecture na nag-introduce mismo ng concept of storing both data instruction in the same memory. Kaya tamang sagot po si letter B. Maliwanag po? Next one. Which generation of computers marked that shift from machine language and assembly language to a high-level programming language and introduced the use of magnetic cores as the primary internal storage? Which generation of computer marked the shift from machine language and assembly language to high-level programming language and introduce the use of magnetic cores as the primary internal storage? A, si first generation ba? B, second generation? C, third generation? Or letter D, fourth generation? So, ano po ang sagot? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pa ang sagot dito? Shh. Maingay, wait lang. Shh. Wait lang guys ha. I-ano ko muna kasi maingay. Just wait for a few minutes. Alright, nakapag-isip-isip na po ba ng tamang sagot? Pagpasensyahan niyo na po at may bisitang dumating. Okay? So, anong generation po ba to? Is it A? If you know the answer, teachers, kindly kindly comment down yung sagot sa comment section natin. Okay. So, si first generation, naaalala niyo po si first generation? Ano po si first generation? Ito ay, ano yon? Vacuum tube. Di ba? Vacuum tube yung first generation natin. Maliwanag po? So, is it letter A kaya ang tamang sagot? Teachers, is it letter A? Mali. Okay, kasi ang tinatanong, high level of programming language, di ba? So, sa first generation po, teacher, gumamit tayo ng vacuum tubes. Okay, ano nga yung first generation? Gumamit tayo ng vacuum tubes. O, vacuum tubes po yan. Or machine language and magnetic drums. Mali po si letter A. Okay. So, letter D is wrong. Ang fourth generation po, teacher, ito po yung tinatawag nating microprocessor. Ano nga po ulit ang fourth generation? Ito yung tinatawag nating microprocessor. So, it is for personal computer. Okay, so mag-stick lang po tayo kasi ang point ng question ay which generation of computer mark the shift? Mark the shift. Kung makikita nyo naman yung word, no? Mark the shift from machine language and assembly language to the high level of programming. Diba? So, ang sagot po dito, teachers, is letter B. Okay. So, letter B is the correct answer. Nagdi-delete po ang live sa Facebook. Kaya kung gusto nyo pong mabalikan tong pre-live discussion natin, pumunta po kayo mismo sa aking YouTube channel account. Okay? So, B is the correct answer. And letter D, third generation, is wrong. Ano ba si third generation? Si third generation, teachers, gumamit po tayo dito ng integrated circuit. Ano nga po ulit? Sa letter C, gumamit tayo ng integrated circuit. Ibig sabihin, ang integrated circuit, ginamit po natin ito for the operating system. Kaya po mali si letter D. So, ang sagot po dito is si letter B, second generation, kasi ang second generation po, gumamit tayo ng transistor. 'Di ba? Ang second generation is the transistor. So, itong transistor na to, 'di ba nag-start tayo for machine language, 'di ba? So nag-shift siya. So ibig sabihin nandun na tayo sa second generation, which is the transistor. So they will introduce the high level language like yung mga Fortran, mga COBOL or COBOL, and replaced by magnetic drums with a magnetic core memory. Kaya tamang sagot si letter B. Maliwanag po? So, B is the correct answer. Next one. The analytical engine designed by Charles Babbage. Okay? Tandaan nyo, ang analytical engine, dinesign po ni Charles Babbage, is considered the blueprint for modern computers. Which component of this design corresponds to the central processing unit or yung tinatawag nating CPU in today's computer? A, the store. B, the mill. C, the reader. Or letter D, the printer. Again, the analytical engine designed by the Charles Babbage is considered the blueprint for modern computers. Which component of this design corresponds to the central processing unit or CPU in today's computer? A, the store. B, the mill. C, the reader. Or letter D, is it the printer? So what is the correct answer here, teacher? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay? So, teachers, ang tama sagot dito is, tandaan nyo po, sa letter A, is it wrong? Bakit? The store, ito po is, pag sinabi nating the store, was where the number and data were kept. Diba? Ikinikip natin. So, it is equivalent to the RAM and memory. Okay, so sa RAM po ang the store. Oh, RAM, memory. Okay, so si letter ano naman, si letter C and D, the reader and the printer is it wrong? Because these were input, ito yung input at ito yung output, teachers. Okay, the reader, the printer, it is the input and output mechanism. Maliwanag po. Ano nga po ulit sa the reader, the printer? This is the input and the output mechanism. So, dito po, sabi di ba sa tanong, di ba? Which components of design corresponds to the central processing unit or CPU in today's computer? So, the answer here is letter B, meal. Okay, ang meal po kasi itong word na meal, it was the component that responsible for performing all the arithmetic and logical operation. So, this is the function of CPU. Kaya tamang sagot si letter B. Tandaan, si meal po was the component responsible for performing arithmetic and logical operation. Kaya yan po ang pinaka-function ni CPU or Central Processing Unit. B is the correct answer. Next one. In structured programming, what is the main advantage of using modularization by dividing a large program into smaller sub-program or function? In structured programming, what is the main advantage of using modularization by dividing a large program into smaller sub-program or function? A. It makes the program fast and use less memory. B. It eliminates the needs for the variable declaration. C. It improves readability, simplifies debugging, and allows code reuse. D. It converts the program into machine language automatically. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pa ang tamang sagot dito? Okay. Si letter A ba? Si letter B, C, and D. Okay, elimination method. Unang tanggalin natin si letter D. It converts the program into machine language and automatically it is incorrect. Because pag sinabi po natin it converts from the program language automatically, they will become compiler or interpreters that handle yung translation to the machine code. Kasi from the word convert, the program. Okay? Again, sa letter D, it is the compilers or interpreters handle yung mga translation to the machine code. Kaya mali po si letter D. Next na tatanggalin natin, teachers, is si letter A. Sabi ni letter A, it makes the program run faster and use less memory. Mali po yan. Kasi it is a modularity does not inherent the to increase the speed or to reduce the memory usage. Kaya mali po si letter A. Okay po. So based on the point of the question from the word what is the main advantage using modularization dividing a large program, 'di ba, into smaller sub-program of function? The answer is letter C. Okay, C is the correct answer, teacher, and letter B is it wrong? Kasi sabi ni letter B, it eliminates the needs for variable declaration. Mali po 'yan. Kasi pag sinabi nating variables, they will still what? They will still need to declare according to the scope of rules. Kaya mali po si letter B. Bakit si letter C ang tamang sagot? Di ba sabi ni letter C, it improves readability, simplifies debugging, and allows code reuse. Kumbaga, they will breaking the codes into modules that make it easier to understand. For example, to understand the text, to fix the errors, and also to reuse the same function in different parts of the program. Kaya tamang sagot po si letter C. Maliwanag po? So, next question. Analyze the following logic teachers. If a student grade is greater than or equal to 90, then output is excellent Else, if it is between 80 and 89, output is very good. Otherwise, output needs improvement. Which programming concept is primarily being applied here? A. Iteration. B. Sequencing. C. Selection conditional branching. Or letter D. Recursion. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay? Pag-aralan po kung ano yung pinupunto ng bawat katanungan. Okay, so ano po ang tamang sagot dito? Based on the point of the question? Okay. So the answer here is, wag na muna yung sagot. Okay, tanggalin natin si iteration. Kasi sa iteration po, ibig sabihin niyan, repeating. Okay, ano nga sa iteration? Repeating a block code. Okay, ano nga po sa iteration? It is repeating a block code or loops. Inulit natin. Okay? So, pag sinabi naman nating recursion po is the function or calling itself. Kamali. So, we have two choices na lang. We have sequencing and selection conditional branching. So, kung makikita ninyo, teacher, based on the statement of the question, ang tamang sagot po dito is letter C. Sequencing is wrong. Kasi alam naman natin, pag sinabi nating sequencing, di ba? They will executing the code line by line in order. Kaya mali po yan. Naka-order po ba based sa statement of the question? Di ba? Hindi. So, ang sagot po dito is letter C. Okay, sabi selection, conditional branching. The uses of statement is to choose which the action to take based on a condition. So, this is a selection, not a sequencing. Selection po ito. So, the answer is letter C. Next. What is the logical error in the following pseudocode intended to calculate the sum of numbers from 1 to 10? Initialize sum is equals to 0 daw. Initialize count is equals to 1. While count is equals to 10 DO or sum is equals to sum plus count and while and print sum. So A, the loop condition is reversed. B, the variable count is never incremented causing an infinite loop. C, the sum variable is initialized incorrectly. Or letter D, the print statement inside the loop. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so ano po ang tamang sagot dito? Okay, so ang tamang sagot po dito is letter B. The variable count is never increment cause of an infinite loop. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin sa letter D, the print statement is inside the loop, it is wrong. Kasi ang print po, they will place correctly after the loop. Okay, after the loop po ito sa print. After the loop. Maliwanag po. So, next, sa letter C, letter A naman, the loop condition is reversed. Okay, reverse ba? So, the condition count, yung count niya, di ba? So, letter C is wrong because it is the starting sum at 0. Tandaan nyo po, ang sum, they will start 0. So, it is the correct practice naman. But, the answer here is letter B. So, kung titingnan nyo po, di ba ang tanong logical error, no? Kung titingnan nyo po, ang may error dito is si letter B. Okay, so ito kasi, the sum variable is initialized incorrectly. Is it? Okay, so si letter C, starting sum of 0 is incorrect. Mali po yan. Correct. Hindi po siya incorrect. Correct po yan. Dapat, kaya mali. So si letter A, the loop condition is reversed, especially po yung ito, teachers, it is correct. So, ang tinatanong kasi, di ba, is the logical error. Ang error na makikita natin dito is si letter B. Okay? Letter B po, there is no line like count is equals count plus 1. Okay? Saan yung plus 1 dito? Okay? So, it is inside the loop dapat. So, the value of count stay at 1 forever. Nag-stay lang po yan at 1 forever. So, that the loop never ends. Maliwanag po ba, teacher? So, the answer is letter B. Okay? Next. In object-oriented programming, or ito yung tinatawag nating OOP. Ano nga po yung OOP? Object-oriented programming. So what concept allows a class to inherit properties and methods from another class, while also having the ability to redefine or modify those inherited methods? In object-oriented programming, or OOP, what concept allows as class to inherit properties and methods from another class while also having the ability to redefine or modify those inherited methods? A. Encapsulation. B. Abstraction. C. Inheritance and polymorphism. Or letter D. Modularity. So what is the correct answer here? So kung makikita ninyo, teachers, ang sagot po dito is letter C. Inheritance and polymorphism. Okay. So si letter A, mali po yan, si alpha, because encapsulation, it means hiding the data. Ibig sabihin po ng letter A, hiding the data and restricting the access. O hinahide nyo po yung data at nire-restrict nyo po yung access niya. Pag sinabi naman nating letter B, abstraction, ang ibig sabihin po niyan is slowing only unnecessary details and hiding complexity. Kaya mali rin po si letter B. Maliwanag po. So modularity, modularity po, it is the using of this is dividing the code into separate parts. Okay po. So, bakit si letter C is the correct answer? Because they allow sharing the characteristic. Yun po ang tinatawag nating polymorphism. Okay. So, they allow redefining those characteristics in the what? In the child class. So, yun po ang object-oriented programming or OOP. So, yun yung punto niya. Okay? So, the answer is letter C. Next, which of the following data structure is most efficient when you need to access data in last in, first out, or LIFO order and perform frequent addition and removals only at one end? A, queue. B, array. C, stock. D, linked list. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pang tamang sagot dito? Ano pang tamang sagot? Okay. So, letter A, is it wrong agad? Okay? Kasi ang Q, they will follow the first in. Okay, ipapalo po natin yung first in and first out. Okay po, kaya mali po si letter A. Ito yung P, F, I, F, O na tinatawag natin. So, next is letter B. So, letter B, array, is it wrong? Kasi pag sinabi nating array, random access po yan. Ano nga po ulit sa array? Random. O, pasulat na lang ako, guys. Random access. But it is not designed specifically for this order na last in and first out. Kaya mali po si letter B. Maliwanag po. So, dito tayo mag-stick sa letter C and letter D. Linked list or stack. Okay, so the answer here is letter C. Okay? Letter C is the correct answer and letter D is wrong. Bakit po mali si linked list? O si linked list, it is the general structure but it does not enforce a LIFO by default. Kaya mali po si letter D. So, stack is the correct answer, teachers, because stack, they will strictly follows the LIFO principles to, for example, yung pile of the plates. So, that's the stack. So, last in or first out. Okay, so that's the correct answer. Okay po. So, it is strictly follows the LIFO principle. Okay po. So, the answer is letter C. As system builders want to install a new CPU, which of the following factors is the most critical to ensure compatibility between the processor and the motherboard? A. The clock speed of the CPU. B. The socket type and chipset of the motherboard. C. The amount of RAM installed. Or D. The size of the computer case. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? So kung titingnan natin teachers, itong letter ito, no? So, size of the computer case daw. Okay. Letter A, the clock speed of the CPU is it wrong? Because ang speed po, they will not affect the performance. 'Di ba? So, it is not whether it will physically fit or work, 'di ba, sa CPU. Kaya mali po si letter A. So, next, letter C and letter D, is it wrong? Kasi sabi the amount of RAM installed, the size of computer case. So, this is our unrelated based on the point of the question related to CPU or motherboard compatibility. Kaya mali po si letter C and D. So the answer here is letter B. Bakit po si letter B ang tamang sagot? Because ang socket type po, itong socket type na po ito, it does not match because the CPU cannot be inserted. Okay. The chipset po, they will determine if the motherboard support. They will support what? The CPU model. So, kaya B is the correct answer. Maliwanag po? So, B is the correct answer. Next. Hala. Medyo, ano to? Di natin mabasa, no? I-end muna natin. So, saan na tayo? Paliitin natin, no? Iyan. Tapos, ibalik natin. Okay? Okay, the question is, when installing DDR4 RAM, which statement correctly describe its configuration rule compared to older memory types? A, it must be installed in any slot, but only in a set of 4 modules. B, it is a key different and cannot be physically inserted into DDR3 slot. C, it operates at a lower voltage than DDR3 and can be mixed with DDR3 on the same board. D, it uses the same notch position as DDR3 but runs at double the speed. So what is the correct answer, teachers? Okay, so ayan, 8:10 po mag-start tayo for the sa sa TLE and TVTN. Okay? So the answer here, teacher, is letter B, no? It is the K different and cannot be physically inserted to DDR3 slot. Okay. Bakit tamang sagot po si letter B at bakit maling sagot si letter A? 'Di ba si letter A, it must be installed in any slot but only in set of 4 modules. So, ibig sabihin po niyan, teachers, letter A, it does not require set of 4 because it can run in a single or dual channel. Kaya mali po si letter A. Letter C it operates at lower voltage, and DDR4. So, it cannot mix DDR3 and DDR4 on the same system. Bawal po yan. And then for letter D, it uses the same notch position as DDR3 but runs a double the speed. Ibig sabihin po niyan, ang notch position po, teachers, it is a different. So it is not the same function po. So B is the correct answer. Kasi sabi ni letter B, it is K different and cannot be physically inserted into DDR3 slot. Tama po. Kasi po, si DDR4 teachers, DDR4 po has a different K-notch position. In what? In the voltage requirement. So, it making it physical and electrically incompatible with DDR3. So, that's why letter B is the correct answer. Just wait for a while, teacher. Okay? So, the answer here is letter B. Next question. What is the primary function of the CMOS battery on a motherboard? So, ano daw ang function ng CMOS battery on a motherboard? Okay? So, A, to provide power to the CPU during operation. B, to store the BIOS setting and maintain the system clock when the computer is unplugged. C, to regulate voltage going to the RAM modules. Or letter D, to act as a backup power source during a power outage. Okay. So, dito teachers, ang tamang sagot po dito is letter B. Letter A is that incorrect because the power supply unit po, they will provide the power to the CPU. Diba? So, letter C naman, to regulate. Okay, regulate the voltage, going to the RAM. So, ang voltage teachers, voltage regulation po is done by what? By VRMS. Okay, ang voltage po, done po yan for what? VRMS. On what? On the board. Hindi po for RAM. So, next, letter D naman, backup power. Diba? Ang backup power po, it is during the outage is done by UPS. Done po yan ng UPS. So, letter B is the correct answer. Kasi, ang CMOS battery po, it is the small battery that keeps the CMOS chip that powered. So, the custom po or the setting, for example, yung time, yung boot order, and etc. are not lost when the main power is off. So, that's why B is the correct answer. Next, in a computer network, which in a computer network, which device operates at layer 3 of the OSI model and makes decision based on IP address to forward data packets between different networks? A, switch. B, hub. C, router. D, bridge. So what is the correct answer, teacher? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay? So, ano po, teacher, medyo malilate tayo sa tapusin natin to. Okay, so anong sagot dito, mga ka-warriors? Okay, the answer here is letter, ano po ang tamang sagot? Letter C. Router po ang ibig sabihin yan. Ang switch po, teacher, they will work at layer 2. Okay, ano nga po ulit si switch? Nagwo-work po yan as a layer 2. Okay, so ibig sabihin, gumagamit tayo ng mga MAC address. Okay, they will be using a MAC address. Okay, so si hub naman, they will work at layer 1. Okay, kung sa switch is layer 2, ito naman si hub is layer 1. So ito po, they will supply yung mga broadcasting data. Okay, ang bridge naman, si letter D, bridge is also work at layer 2. Layer 2, pasok pa rin po to sa switch. Okay, so it connects similar network segment. Kaya mali po si letter D. So the answer here is letter C. So ang router po, they will work at layer number 3. So they will read yung mga IP address. Okay, nire-read niya po yung mga IP address, ano pa. And to determine the best path across the different network. Kaya tamang sagot is letter C. Next. When creating network cables, what is the main difference between T568A and T568B wiring standard? A, T568A is used for wireless network, while T568B is for wired network. B, they differ only in the color arrangement of the wires, but both provide the same electrical performance. C, T568A support higher speed than T568B. D, T568A is used for server and T568B is used for client computer. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay. So ano pang tamang sagot dito? So the answer here is, ano pang sagot? Very good. Sir Ian Marvin. The answer is letter B. Maliwanag po. So, itong sa letter A, letter C, and letter D, is it wrong? So, ang ibig sabihin po niyan, they differ only in the color arrangement of the wire, but they both provide the same electrical performance. So, B is the correct answer. Next, a user report that the computer turns on fan spin light are active but there is no display on the monitor and no beep codes. What is the most logical sequence of troubleshooting step to identify the root cause? A. Replace the monitor, then replace the CPU, then replace the motherboard. B. Check monitor connection, reset RAM modules, reset CPU and power connectors, clear CMOS. C. Immediately replace the power supply unit. D. Format the hard drive and reinstall the operating system. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pang tama sagot dito? Okay. So, A and C po, teachers, is incorrect. Okay? Incorrect po ito. Si A and C. Kasi si A and C po, teachers, they will replacing the part without testing, so they will be expensive and inefficient po si A and C. So si letter D naman, the format is drive, no? The issue is occur before the OS load. So the OS is not the problem. So ang sagot po dito is letter B. Because they will follow the scientific troubleshooting method. For what? To check the external connection. First is the internal components or RAM. So it is the most common cause of the issue. So the power, and then the setting. So the answer is letter B. Liwanag po? So next, after a sudden power surge, a computer now shut down automatically after running for only 5 to 10 minutes. Which component is most likely causing this behavior? A. Hard disk drive failure. B. Overheating due to the faulty power supply or damaged voltage regulator. C. Corrupted operating system files. D. Loose network cable. So what is the correct answer here? So the answer here is letter. Okay, kung titingnan nyo po dito, teachers, ang sagot po dito si letter B. Ang letter A po, si HDD po, teachers, failure caused by slow performance or errors, not the automatically shutdown. In letter C naman, corrupted operating system, corrupted OS, they will cause crashes or blue screen. Okay, so it is not limit the shutdown. Okay, so letter D, lose the network cable, network is issue. It does not affect the system power. So the answer is letter B. Power surges po often damage the power supply units or PSU. So it is on the motherboard circuit po, teacher. So when the voltage become unstable, the components is mag-overheat po siya. And also the system, they will shut down to protect itself. Yun po ang tamang sagot, B. Maliwanag po? So next, a printer works fine when connected directly to a computer via USB, but fails to print when connected to the network. Analyze the situation. Which is the most probable cause? A. The printer has a mechanical failure. B. The printer driver is outdated. C. Incorrect IP address, configuration, or firewall port setting on the network. Or letter D. The USB cable. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so kung makikita natin, teacher, automatic, A and D is wrong. Kasi sabi the printer has mechanical failure. So si USB cable daw is defective. Mali po yan. Because itong si A and B, they will work via USB, no? So the hardware and USB are fine. Kaya mali po si A and D. So ano lang po kayo sa B or C. Okay, ano bang mas tamang sagot? Is it B or is it C? The answer is letter C and letter B is it incorrect. Okay, so the printer driver is outdated, no? If the prints locally, so ibig sabihin, yung driver niya po is installed correctly. Mali po si letter B. Kasi sabi the printer driver is outdated, no? Is it wrong? So C is the correct answer. C, because the issue is the network related, di ba? So this point, um, um, to ano, yung IP niya is subnet mask, kumbaga, it is the gateway or security setting that, ano ba yun, that block on, blinak niya yung communication between the, between the connection, di ba? So, B is the correct answer. Next. In troubleshooting process, why is it important to isolate the problem before attempting any solution? In troubleshooting process, why is it important to isolate the problem before attempting any solution? A, to make the problem look more complicated. B, to avoid changing multiple variables at once, which makes it possible to know which action fixes the issue. C, to ensure you can charge the client more for work done. D, to skip the documentation step. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, teacher, sa troubleshooting to, no? So kung makikita nyo, ang tamang sagot dito si letter B, si bebe ko. Bakit? Itong si letter A, to make the problem look more complication, it's si letter C and letter D, lahat po yan mali. Bakit? Because these are incorrect and unprofessional reason. Kaya mali po si letter B. Ang sagot po dito ay letter B is the correct answer. Si A, C, and D, mali. So, bakit tamang sagot si letter B? Okay. B is the correct answer because if you change several things at once in the problem, you will solve it. You won't know what the real cause was isolating the narrow, so they will, kumbaga, they will down to one variable at a time. Kaya tama sagot si letter B. Next. A computer running very slowly even though there are no viruses and enough free disk space. Task Manager show that the CPU usage is consistently at 100%. Which conclusion is most accurate? A. The hard drive is failing. B. A background process or application is consuming excessive processing power. C. The monitor resolution is set to high. D. The system needs more RAM. So what is the correct answer here, teacher? Okay, so kung titignan natin, letter A, mali agad. O ulitin ko, ang HDD, it is HDD issue po. They will show up as a low disk activity, not the high CPU usage. Diba? So, ang sagot again, bebe ko ulit. So, letter C is wrong. Because the monitor resolution is set to high, resolution po, they will affect the GPU, not the CPU usage much. No? So, the system needs more RAM. Is it wrong? So, the answer is letter B. Okay, when the CPU is at 100% po, teachers, okay, ibig sabihin po niyan, it is working at a maximum capacity due to one or more running programs or the services. Kaya tamang sagot po si letter B. Next one. Which statement best explain the shift from parallel ATA, PATA to serial ATA, SATA interface for the storage devices? A. SATA uses or SATA uses wider cables and more pins allowing for faster data transfer. B. SATA use serial signal which reduces electromagnetic interface and allows higher transfer speed with smaller cables. C. SATA is cheaper to manufacture but slower than PATA. The SATA is only compatible with solid-state drives and not a hard disk drive. So what is the correct answer here, teacher? Is it A, B, C, or D? So unang tanggalin natin si letter A. SATA po, it is the uses narrower cables and fewer pins. Diba? Kaya ligwak. So letter C, is it incorrect? Kasi SATA or STA is the faster, not the slower. And letter D, SATA po, they will work with both HDD and SSD po. So the answer is letter B. Okay, B is the correct answer, no? So, kumbaga, It is the serial transmission to send the data in 1 bit, so in 1 bit at a time. So over a single line, teacher. So they will reducing yung mga interference, and they will allowing and also reaching much higher speed than parallel of PATA. So last question, teachers. Okay, consider the following flow of logic. If the files exist in the one user has permission, then open the file. Otherwise, displays an error message using a Boolean logic, which condition represent the scenario where the file will not open. A, file exists is equals true and permission is true. File exists is equals to false and permission is true. Okay, file exists is true or permission is false. D, file exists is false or permission is false. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, ano po ang tamang sagot? The answer is letter D. Okay, so itong sa letter A, mali po yan sa letter A. Tandaan nyo po, teacher, this is the condition to open. O, to open yan. True, para i-open siya. So, kung makikita nyo, si B and C, is it incorrect? Because there are only a partial, kumbaga, there are cover yung mga cases lang. Diba? So, mali po si letter C. So, ang sagot po, letter D. Okay, bakit si letter D? Teachers. Because ang rule po kasi, kaya si letter D ang tamang sagot. The rule to open is both condition must be true. And the logic po is si letter D. Okay, if the file does not exist or permission is denied, so the file will not open. Okay, hindi po yan mag-o-open. So the answer is letter D. So that's all, teachers. Thank you for watching. May drills pa po ako sa aking mismong Facebook ay YouTube channel. So, naghihintay na yung mga estudyante ko sa Zoom. Ayan. So, pahinga si Ma'am Grace ng 5 minutes, tapos mag-start na po kami sa Zoom discussion namin. So, that's all, teachers. Thank you for watching. Ayan, sa mga nanonood po, maraming salamat po sa panonood. Thank you so much sa pag-support sa Maestra Bicolana TLE Tambayan. So, tomorrow po, ang pre-live discussion natin is all about AFA. So, pa-share po, patapik-tapik ng mga kaklase ninyo na gustong pumasa ngayong September 2026 board examination. And then, teacher, thank you so much. Ako po yung magpapaalam na. See you tomorrow and God bless. Sa mga gusto pong mag-avail ng promo, PM na lang po kayo.